There is an unspoken truth, a truth that hides in the laughter of family gatherings, in the forced smiles of siblings, in the desperate eyes of a child longing for love. It is a painful truth of parental favoritism. They say parents love their children equally, but the truth is often different. One child becomes a star, the one who never does wrong. The other becomes a shadow, always trying, but never enough. See how your sister is always neat. Your brother is so brilliant. Why can't you be like him? Innocent words, but they leave deep scars. To be the favorite seems like a blessing, but it is a heavy burden. The favored child carries the weight of always being perfect. They become afraid of making mistakes because their worth is tied to performance. They smile, they excel, but inside they are trapped in their parents' unrealistic expectations. But the deepest wound is for the forgotten child, the one who is always compared, always criticized, always told they are not enough. They try to win love, but it never seems to come. They get lost in silence, wondering, why don't they love me the way they love my siblings? Parental favoritism is not just a childhood pain. It follows children into adulthood. The favored child may become obsessed with perfection, afraid to fail, constantly anxious. The forgotten child may grow up with low self-esteem, doubting their value and struggling to believe they are worthy of love. Favoritism doesn't just hurt individually, it breaks sibling bonds. Instead of love, there is competition. Instead of unity, there is rivalry. Many siblings no longer speak, not because they hate each other, but because their parents made them feel like enemies. In many Nigerian homes, this issue is ignored. Parents deny it. I love all my children equally, but actions speak louder than words. One child is always praised, always defended. The other is constantly blamed and doubted. The silence becomes a wound too deep to explain. Every child deserves to feel loved, not for being obedient or brilliant, but simply for being themselves. When parents play favorites, they rob their children of this basic emotional need. They create wounds that don't heal. But it is never too late to change. Parents can begin to see their children as individuals, not as rivals. They can learn to speak words that affirm, not compare. They can learn to love loudly and evenly. Parents who play favorites may never see the damage they cause. They may never hear the silent cries of the child who just wanted to feel seen. But the children know. They always know. If you grew up as the forgotten child, know this. You are enough and you always were. And if you were the favorite, it's okay to be imperfect. Love is not something you earn. It is something you deserve. True love is not about being the best. It is about being accepted just as you are. And for every parent listening to me, love your children openly, fairly and fully. You may not see the damage now, but one day, your children will tell their story. Let it be one of healing, not hurt. To every child still carrying that pain, whether favored or forgotten, your story matters. Your healing matters. Speak your truth. Break the circle. Choose to love differently. Bye for now.